Hello, gentlemen. We're getting to that point in the game where it's probably pretty important that we got everything accurate. So, I believe my board is correct, and we'll do a troop count now from from west to west, I guess. Um, and if there are any discrepancies, bring them to my attention, and we'll fix them. And this way, we should all be on the same page. We'll start with San Francisco. The Americans, 2 mechs, 1 artillery, 1 infantry in San Francisco. In Season 10, I see a sub, a destroyer, and a transport. Midway, there is a fighter. Hawaii has an infantry, a AA gun, a strat, as well as a destroyer out to sea in Season 26. Let's head down to Australia. There's an American sub in 55. America has 2 carriers, 3 fighters, 1 TAC, 1 battleship, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers. I don't see a transport, and that strikes me as odd, but maybe that's right. They also have 2 infantry on Queensland, and Anzac has 1 infantry on Queensland, 1 artillery in New South Wales, 2 AA guns, 2 infantry, and a fighter in Northern Territory. In Season 54, Anzac has what looks like a cruiser, as well as a carrier and 2 fighters. And in 62, looks like another cruiser and a transport. Japan has 2 infantry and an AA in Caroline Islands. Palu, 1 infantry. Season 45, there's a Japanese cruiser and transport. On Dutch New Guinea, there's an infantry and an artillery. Let's move over to Java. Attack, a fighter, 2 infantry, and a destroyer out to sea in 42. In 44, there are 2 carriers, 2 fighters, 2 TACs, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship. On Celebes itself, there's a tank and an infantry. Borneo is empty. I hope I got that right. But Japanese own it. Sumatra, 1 infantry. Malaya, 1 mech. Season 37, 1 sub, 2 destroyers. Let's stick with Japan. Japan has 1 infantry in Shan State, 1 artillery, 1 AA gun in Yunnan, as well as 2 TACs and 4 fighters. In Shanghai, there's 3 mechanized units. Hopei, 2 mechanized units and a tank. Sensi, 1 mechanized unit. Chahar, 2 mechanized units and 1 tank. In Manchuria, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 fighter, 1 AA. Korea, 4 infantry, 1 AA. Japan has just a fighter and an AA, and 2 destroyers out to sea. In Amur, 10, 11, 12, 13, looks like 15 infantry and 2 AA. That might be wrong, but let me know. Now let's pick up with China. Kansu has 1 fighter. Sayuan, 1 infantry. Sakang, 2 infantry. I don't know who owns Sichuan, but it's empty. And now the British. We have a TAC, 2 fighters, 4 artillery, 3 AA. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 men. It's best I could come up with from pictures at this angle, but that's just get back to me if it's wrong. Now we'll head over to the Middle East. Transjordan has a tank, a mech, 3 infantry. C-Zone 81, I have 3 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 1 battleship, 1 carrier, 2 fighters, 3 transports, and a sub. Kenya, I still have 2 infantry, and I'm not sure that that's right. I think they might not be there anymore. But anyway, let me know. Turn 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think you have that, but we'll see. Anyway, in Cairo, you have a strap bomber, a tack bomber, 3, 4 British infantry, 3 artillery for Britain, 2 French infantry, 1 Anzac infantry. There's an British infantry in Libya. The Italians have 1 infantry in Tunisia. In Morocco, the Italians have 3 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 tank, and 1 mech. There's a German air base there as well. Malta, 1 infantry, 1 AA gun, The French have a destroyer out to sea in 96. The Germans have a transport out to sea in 97. In Greece, there are 6 fighters, 5 attack bombers, 4 Italian infantry, 1 German AA, 1 German infantry. We'll just head north. In Romania, 2 strat bombers, 4 tanks, 1 mech, 1 AA gun, 1 minor factory, and 1 infantry. The Russians have 1 AA gun, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry, 3 artillery. There's nothing in Ukraine. We have 5 Russian infantry in Samara. Everything else for Russia is in Moscow. They have 6 fighters, 1 TAC, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 infantry, 4 artillery, 2 AA guns, 2 mechs, and 4 tanks. Germany has a tank and Archangel. In Smolensk, Germany has an AA gun, 6 artillery, 17 infantry. Belarus, there are 2 Italian tanks. In Leningrad, there are 2 German strat bombers and 3 German fighters. In Poland, there's a mech. Let's head over to the Russians in the Baltic Sea. They have a cruiser and a sub in 113. Germans have 1 infantry in Denmark, 1 infantry in Western Germany, 1 infantry and 1 tank in Holland. Northern Italy has 3, 4, 5 German infantry, 1 German AA gun. The Italians have 4 infantry and 1 AA gun in Northern Italy. In Rome, there are 2 fighters, 1 German infantry, 1 German artillery, 2 Italian artillery, 2 Italian AA guns, and 7 infantry. There's a Russian 793. In Gibraltar, there's a German mechanized unit, an Italian AA gun, an Italian infantry, and an Italian air base. The Americans have a sub in 91, another one in 103, another one in 104, another one in 108. The British have 1 sub in 109. The Germans in Season 110 have a cruiser, a battleship, 2 carriers that are empty, 5 subs, 1 destroyer, 1 transport. In London, to the best of my ability, there's a major factory with 8 damage on it. 2 American bombers, 1 French fighter, 3 British fighters, 2 French infantry, 1 British artillery, 1 British mech, 1 British tank, 3, 4, 5 British AA guns, and 5, 10, 11, 12, looks like 13 British infantry. I think that's right. And then we have 1 British destroyer in Season 106, as well as 2 American carriers, 2 fighters, 1 TAC, 1 cruiser, 2 destroyers, 1 battleship. In Season 101, there is a battleship, 2 transports, 1 destroyer, 1 sub. Eastern United States, I believe I have this right, 2 AA guns, 1 artillery, 1 infantry. Central United States, 3 mech and 1 tank. I believe that is everything. Again, I questioned Kenya. Not sure about the count for infantry there. I'm not entirely sure that I have Central and Eastern United States ground troops correct, but I do believe everything else is proper. Let me know, and then we'll all be on the same page.